Nope. Yes.
Hey y'all, welcome. It's Wednesday night. We are here in the studio, and tonight it's all about, well, not all about, but a lot about Wetumpka's Battle of the Brushes. So many of you know we're putting on this exciting event on May 10th. We are getting close. We're really excited about how close we're getting to it. Um, if you registered, check your emails because I did send out an email. A lot of people, it's going to their spam folder, so be sure you check your email. But one of the things we ask from the artist is we want to spotlight them. We want to spotlight these artists. We have 50 artists that are going to be competing live painting. So we want to spotlight those artists and show them. And there he goes. He didn't mute the phone before he turned it on.
I have it mute.
I tried to tell him.
So it's running.
I lost my total train of thought now. We want to spotlight the artists. We have 50 amazing artists and we want to spotlight them. So if you come on, say hello. Let me tell you what we're doing tonight. Tonight, we have Sarah Arrington with us. Sarah has graciously agreed to be the first guinea pig in this interview process that we're going to do. We've asked our artists to either email a bio so we can spotlight them or to meet with us. So Sarah agreed to meet with us. So we're just going to casually chat tonight. Sarah, I'm sure, is a nervous wreck to see what I'm going to come up with. To tell you I'm a nervous wreck because I don't know what Jason put on this piece of paper yet. And I'm just going to ask a lot of questions so that we can try to learn about our artists.
It's a Rorschach test.
Oh, gosh, here we go. So here he goes. There's Jason for you. He's a part of it. And in the back, we have Sherry and Wendy making wreaths with us tonight. So it's been a busy day in the studio, big, it's a fun day. But here we go. It's Wetumpka Battle of Brushes time.
You know how you know it's a busy day? It's like Mardi Gras. How they know Mardi Gras was a good time?
The trash
left behind.
So that is true. If you did not know, the way they measure how successful Mardi Gras is each year is how much trash they pick up.
Yep.
That's a true test in Louisiana. I want to say in Louisiana for how they, in New Orleans, how they test how successful Mardi Gras was when they pick up all the trash. So anyway, back to Wetumpka's Battle of the Brushes. Say hey if you come in. Jason's watching on that side, seeing if we have anybody with us. We'd love to have you listen. If you watch it on replay, watch on replay, and please show the love for Sarah as we talk with her tonight. So Sarah, I'm first going to get into a little bit before I even get into here. Sarah was painting with us at Brittany's church for one of our fundraiser events that we did. And her friend Tabitha decided she was going to compete. And then we kind of talked Sarah into competing at that point. So we're glad to have Sarah as a competitor. Mm-hmm. So welcome. And thanks for agreeing to this. So here we go. Let's see what Jason's got for us to talk about tonight. Mm-hmm. So when did you, and this is just relax. If you don't feel like you want to answer, say pass. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions.
We don't even know. We'll see how many we even decide to go through this. But let's talk about your journey a little bit. When did you first realize you had artistic talent?
Well, that's kind of a hard question for me because I've always drawn. Like, I even asked my parents, I was like, do y'all even know when, my dad's like, when you could hold a pencil maybe? But you know, in school, you had a choice of electives of either art, choir, band, or maybe that's it, as sports. I don't know. I don't sing in front of people. I didn't want to do an instrument, and I always loved to draw. So
there it was.
There it was.
It was art.
Yeah.
So can you describe that moment? You talked about it. It's been your whole life, but can you describe a moment when it wasn't just something you enjoyed, but something you needed to do?
Yeah. I have always, I've always liked art, but it was also a big outlet for me. Just anything I went through, it was the way I could express myself. And I don't know to say never be judged because I feel like people do judge art. But it was just a way of expression, a way to get out anything inside, any past things that were built up, like a release in a peaceful state, just to get lost into and express yourself. And if it doesn't, like with painting, if it doesn't turn out how you want, you can always adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, they're all happy accidents, right?
Oh, yes.
Right. Have you ever experienced that moment when you're creating and time just seems to disappear when you're painting?
Mm-hmm. Me and Tabitha both, I know you mentioned it already, but we did a lot of paint, have done a lot of paint nights together. And we'll say, oh, we're just going to paint for an hour or two. And next thing we know, it's 10, 11 o'clock. And
No.
I'm like, oh gosh.
That's cool.
You've talked about this a little bit, but we're going to refocus. What emotional needs does paint blah, 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 blah. Start over.
Rewind.
What emotional needs does painting fulfill for you?
A little bit of everything. I mean, it's been if I'm in a good mood, inspiration strikes, hey, I'm going to go create art. If I'm upset and need to get out pent up aggression that you just can't even maybe put into words. Sometimes it's more than saying things, it's saying feeling that to me you can only get out through creating something. Even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else who sees it, you know what you put into it.
It's your story.
And then it's cool because then everyone else sees a different story too.
Mm-hmm. So if you couldn't paint for a year, what would that mean for you? How would that affect you?
Gosh, that would be awful. Because I don't think I've ever been that long. I mean, for a while it was a daily. I'd get home, paint it all.
So let's talk about the battle a little bit. Other than we kind of encouraged you, but what made you decide to put your name in the hat and decide that this was something you would try to do?
Honestly, just wanting to get myself out there. I've always wanted to sell my art or put it out there, but I've been too nervous. And having y'all support, having time to support, knowing there's 49 other people who are also putting it out there, just was I think this is it moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a really cool answer.
So how do you feel about creating under pressure with an audience of people watching?
Very nervous, but also excited because I like to push myself past comfort zones. So.
That's exactly what we've talked about in doing it this way. And what does putting your work forward for judgment feel like emotionally?
Nerve-wracking. Kind of because what we talked about earlier, you see something that you put into it, but then to have that complete stranger or group of strangers look at it and you're hoping that what you conveyed comes across that way.
Mm-hmm. How do you hope to grow or gain from this competitive experience?
I think that for one, the time straight, trying to stick to that, but just getting to see all the different styles and interpretations of one topic, and the thrill of just getting together with that many artists is really cool in one place.
We're certainly excited about that as well. We're just to see what y'all come up with. It's going to be amazing.
So for those that are just watching who don't know a lot about the battle, we're going to keep going on these questions, but I want to explain what this means, how we're doing this battle. So 50 people are signed up. We have all 50 fields. So we're going to have 50 artists competing. What they know right now is there are 5 topics that they can paint. That we've given them the 5 topics that it may be chosen that day when we start the event. So at 12:45, we're going to on Saturday, May 10th, we're going to stand up in front of all the artists and say, draw it out of a hat. Here's what you're painting. Here's the topic of the 5 that you're going to paint on today. So all of them are going to be in a level playing field. We're providing the canvas. They get to then create on that equal canvas on the same topic. And they're going to be judged accordingly. So none of us are going to be the judges. The judges are not going to, it's going to be blind judging. They're not even going to know. They'll be judged after. So they get to paint freely to that topic in whatever way that topic inspires them. And they get to prepare for that so that's actually our next question. How are you preparing yourself? First, let's talk about emotionally for the competition.
Just trying to keep in mind that I'm there to have fun and create something, and it's not about winning. It's about being present and being able to say, I did this. I put myself out there no matter what the outcome is, and putting yourself in that community surrounding with other artists, because that's something to me too that's important. Is it's easy in life to kind of hole up sometimes, but putting yourself out there and meeting other people who can help your journey, help show you things you've never thought of or learned before.
That's awesome. Great perspective, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. So a little bit back to art to you. How has it impacted your life beyond the canvas?
So, well, I have 2 brothers and a sister, and all of us actually create art. We all have different styles, but I have a brother, Brandon, who is so talented. We had some of the same art teachers growing up. And, of course, being the youngest, you get compared to your siblings all the time growing up. And in junior high, our art teacher, of course, he would want to see what I created, but he'd compare it to my brother. And, of course, I was always competitive. But to me, that also, it puts you at a always want to be better kind of thing. And, yeah, so that just kind of, I think, also impacts it. Is it's like, how can I strive to continue to do more?
And you're doing this, not Brandon.
Right.
So what do you hope viewers take away from experiencing your work?
That's kind of a harder question.
Remember Jason created these.
I mean, I would say that I don't even know. I think I know one person that's competing. I would say maybe that whether they're more advanced, less advanced, that you're there. Hopefully I can show that I'm there to have fun and they can see that, and maybe if how I paint is different or something, that they get some kind of takeaway from it. And if not, they'll get a new friend.
That's
So,
nice.
That's right. So what does being a part of the Wetumpka's art community mean to you?
So of course I'm from Montgomery, born and raised, but I have a lot of friends and even coworkers from Wetumpka. My aunt lives in Wetumpka, my cousin. So again, I think outreach, being able to connect with people that are, so close, but yeah.
Okay. Just a few more. We're going to wrap it up soon. But how do you see art bringing people together, especially in small communities like ours?
I mean, to me, art is, again, just so expressive. And I mean, just kind of what we talked about, getting together to create it, to inspire each other, to see each other's styles and do it together.
The Central Alabama Arts Alliance says good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight.
And Brittany says that she's so excited that you're a part of this.
Oh, thank you.
And she's
Brittany.
eating her Mexican dinner right now. So
Oh my
she's
goodness.
not here with us tonight. So hey, in the Mexican restaurant while you're eating your dinner. If someone watching this is hesitant about exploring their own creativity, what would you say to encourage them?
Jump in and just do it. It's nerve-wracking, but it's, I think, also exhilarating, because anything in life, there's nothing you're not going to be nervous about. And in my experience, it's best to just jump in and sink or swim. You're there to be present and do your best.
Okay, so we're going off chart now.
Okay.
Have you ever painted live before?
No.
Do you think many of these people have ever painted live before?
Probably not.
Okay. So it's an opportunity, right?
It is.
It's just a crazy format that you don't see this many places, but we're bringing everybody into this realm to just let those artistic genius pieces that you have just get out there and flow.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a lot of fun as we watch all the artists. And if you don't know, if you're just watching this, mark your calendars for May 10th at 1:00, because we are going to stream the entire event to the best of our ability. Here's my my caveat. The IT person is putting out the caveat that to the best of our ability, we're going to stream as much of it as we can on both the Sunshine of Pixie Dust Facebook page and the YouTube page. So those are two outlets that you will be able to go that day. And from 1 to 5, they will paint live. And I'll try to restate this every time we do a little update. But 1 to 5, they will paint live. And then we will move off all the paintings, and then they will be judged. And so by 7 o'clock, we're going to announce that winner that night. It is open to the public. So the public is welcome to come out there, hang with us throughout the day. We're going to have food. We're going to have snacks. We're just going to have opportunities for you to see what these people are doing. They're putting themselves out there. This is not something many of them are going to have done before, especially in a competitive environment. This is being done across the country, but I think this is the first in our area, in the basic southern area, that this is being done. So this is a great opportunity to come see something new. So what we've done is we also have a fun event t-shirt for you. You can order those on our Sunshine of Pixie Dust website. You can also go to wetumpkasbattleofthebrushes.com, and you will see all the information about this event, the agenda for the day, where you can order your t-shirt, where you can sign up as a spectator. We're just kind of trying to see how many people are coming. It's not, there's no cost. We do have a little benefit for you. If you bring an item for the Elmore County Humane Shelter and bring it that day to donate, we will give you a free watercolor paint kit. So we want to show a little love for just helping out our community. The food that we're going to have on site that day, we are going to be donating money from those food sales to the food pantries. We want to support our food pantries, both of them that are in Elmore County. And who knows what else we might decide that day to decide be a part of the community and help out. So it's going to be a fun day. And we thank Sarah for being our first to sit down with us to talk to. Any questions? Anything that's come up so far tonight?
So Sarah's getting some love. She says, Sarah, you are truly amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's from Sherry Henderson, Arrington. And
our live company in the background.
Brittany says she's getting her chip count in. I guess that's in reference to
your post.
To my post that says a serving size of tortilla chips is 7.
So if that doesn't depress you, let's go back to talking about art and paint something, because goodness knows we need it when we think about that side of things.
Oh.
All right. So we just want to say thank y'all for listening tonight. Thank you. Show Sarah some love. So the one thing that I didn't add in is after the voting on the 10th at 7 p.m. That night, we're going to take pictures of everyone's artwork, and we're going to post them on Sunshine of Pixie Dust page for you to vote. So if you're out of town, we'd still love you to vote. We'd still love you to check in with the event and see what we've got going on. Before we sign off, Sarah, do you have anything you'd like to add in?
Just that I think it's amazing what y'all are putting together, and I hope you do it going forward each year, because I'll be there.
We hope it's going to be a great success, and this is the first of many of these. So y'all let us know what y'all think. Leave some comments on if you think this is something. Tell us what you think about it, and whether you think what you're most excited about it. And hopefully you're going to come out and see us. Let us know if you hope to. So anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for coming out. We'll see y'all later. Bye.